My Emperor fires twice now. Okay. Brand with no follow-up. Where he gets an aggro deck, I really want to fight for board. Board control is an important aspect. The first aggro matchup. Took a risk. If we draw a card that is Jade, about a quarter of our deck at the time, rewarded heavily. I want to gain mana. I don't want to wait around until turn 10 to be able to cycle this. I want to be able to have more mana to utilize with my Nourish on the following turn. Why is Thorson in the deck? Because I have 2 gadgets and oftentimes a lot of really heavy cards in my hand. So then when you Emperor discount a gadget, you can actually cycle with it and cause cool shit to happen. There it is. Too late now. I think we're dead. Maybe we were just supposed to armor. That was actually a difficult turn to do anything that developed onto the board at all. I don't want to not develop because it's got 7 cards. So you could probably develop back on. And then we're just put back in the same sort of pickle. It's the craziest thing you can do in Wild with all the cards in the game. The craziest, most powerful Wild deck in the entire game, utilizing all of the cards in all of Hearthstone, is probably Pirate Shaman. You may recognize the deck from standard gameplay.
There is little time.
Well, he didn't kill us last turn. We need to get some of these offensive cards on the table. But I don't know, maybe we do just take this turn to armor. Like, we could swipe and develop. Like, swipe and then develop a 6-drop. I think it's the best. Because we didn't die last turn. And we have to get these clunky 6-drops out of our hand before we can efficiently armor. We have another one in 6 draws. Like, guaranteed to have it the second top. He didn't kill us last turn, so he probably can't kill us this turn. Because we're at even more health now, if you count the taunt.
We hunger for vengeance.
Alright. Now he's using his mana for burn instead of development. Definitely have to armor now. Draw last. I didn't realize it was drawn to the end. Sorry. Oh, it felt icky. I think we got him. Come on, man. Do you actually play Wild? Yeah, I played Wild with Soleil for a couple hours the other day. Played like probably 10 hours of Wild this season. In my experience, I had 100% win rate with Aggro Shaman and less than that with every other deck. And I've looked at all of the decks on paper, and Aggro Shaman seems the best. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, you know, Aggro Shaman. I'm not gonna say I'm a Wild expert by any means. I would say Aggro Shaman's pretty strong in Wild, and if you wanted to get top 100 Legend in Wild, I'm sure there's not even 100 Legends, but if you wanted to get high rank in Wild, I'm pretty sure you can do it with Aggro Shaman. Again, not a Wild expert.
Damn it, what do you want?
I don't want to cycle this, we're gonna hit fatigue. He's fatiguing us! This guy's deck's crazy! What changes do you make to standard Aggro Shaman? Crackle? No, Crackle's not even good. Ship's Cannon. That's the guy you want. You want to put in a Ship's Cannon. Early game board control minions that have synergistic properties are more important than burn cards in generic Aggro deck A.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
No one is a Wild expert. There's a lot of room to explore. Play Wild for a couple hours. You'll see that when it quickly dwindles. I thought so as well, looking at Wild as a format. I was like, yeah, there's so many cards. This is so great. Well, the best two things in Wild still, if we go look at our entire collection here, let's make a Wild deck together, shall we? Alright, these are here. So if we look at... How do I want to like see all the classes in Wild. I don't know. Is there a way to be in Wild mode and then just have... So I don't want to look at just the road cards. I want to have all the class cards pop up.
2,000 years later.
So we go through Wild, we got all these cards and this stuff, and you look at these beast synergies, you see the Jade stuff, and you're like, that's all underwhelming, and Druid didn't really lose anything in the Wild, the standard thing. They just got a bunch of cards nerfed, so they're not great. Hunter's still bad because Hunter, we don't even need to look at this, but if you want to, vomit. Alright, and then Mage, we come through here, they have a bunch of great things. You're like, Temple Mage gets Flame Cannon, that's pretty cool. That's not bad. Flame Cannon, not great in the patches meta though. Flame Waker's still pretty good. They get like duplicate and stuff, which is sick for value. And then you're like, oh, alright, so the way you make Mage is... Oh god, it's a Reno Kazakis deck again. Just like the standard metagame. You go to Paladin, and now you can bring back Secret Paladin, which is one of the new archetypes you can add to the meta, which loses to the Reno decks and the patches decks, so it's not very good. And then we have Priest, which... Priest isn't terrible. You get an Azoth Priest, which can almost live before the patches decks kill them, and can almost outvalue the Reno decks, so loses to the Reno and the patches decks. And you get Rogue, which is too slow still, so it dies to the patches decks. It doesn't have enough value and nor damage fast enough, so it loses to the Reno decks. Then you get Shaman, which... Yeah, Shaman's sick, dude. They get even more burst. They have the ability to kill you even quicker. They have the mech variation too. You can go with the power maces, which is not as great, but you know, they have a bunch of tools to punch you in the face. So you get a great patches deck that can kill your opponent. Then you get Warlock, which has Healbot now, which is sick, but I also witnessed Zalay lose playing standard Reno Lock with Healbot to Pirate Warrior because he drew Healbot on 5 and Reno on 6 against an empty board, and the Pirate Warrior just had enough damage because of Ship's Cannon being busted. So Reno Lock's an option. You utilize Kazakis and Reno to win the game. And then Pirate Warrior. And those are the main decks in the current Wild metagame. N'Zoth Priest is decent against Pirate, though. See, the issue is you're playing against people that are playing Wild by choice, that are probably not very good at the game and don't understand how to take efficient trades and go face. Sorry, man. It's the reality of it. The skill cap in Wild is lower. Like, the amount of skilled players in Wild is lower on average than the amount of standard players. So that can cause, you know, inconsistencies in your interpretation of the metagame. is my opinion on why the Pirate Warriors are not doing as great against your N'Zoth Priest.